The whole point of a lawsuit is you just start with allegations, and allegations are not evidence. They're just statements of fact that help establish this is the claim that I'm bringing.
Look, there's a lot of factual determinations that need to be made here, not legal determinations.
Justin Baldoni's team has issued a response in opposition to dismiss the New York Times.
You guys were complicit here. You guys were involved in this every step of the way.
How the New York Times actively vouched for the veracity of its false narrative.
All right, friends, grab your popcorn, strap in, and cancel your weekend plans. Because Hollywood drama is back and it's messier than your ex's DMs. Seriously, I haven't seen this much chaos since Britney shaved her head. And honestly, this one might be even more shocking. Let's talk Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and the lawsuit so messy it makes Amber and Johnny's courtroom fiasco look like a casual brunch disagreement. Blake, Hollywood's favorite bubbly blonde, seemed to have it all. Ryan, iconic style, and the best hair I've personally ever envied. But lately, she's involved in a lawsuit that's unraveling faster than my commitment to New Year's resolutions. Blake's lawyer, Meryl Conant, just quit, walked out faster than I do from family dinners when politics come up. Honestly, I don't blame her. Conant was fighting uphill with zero ammo, trying to defend claims so shaky you'd think they were built on a San Andreas fault line. She knew from the start the evidence was weaker than the decaf latte. Seriously, Blake's team had nothing but smoke and mirrors. Perfect for Vegas magic shows, not courtrooms. This whole fiasco started promisingly for Blake, hitting all the trendy sympathy boxes: physical harassment, body shaming, and breastfeeding discrimination, basically the holy trinity of public outrage. But here's the twist: not a single shred of proof. Zero. Nada. Zip.
Private text messages and other documents that we've obtained reveal what really happened. Lively claimed that Baldoni had engaged in improvised and unwanted kissing. Justin Baldoni, her co-star and director, and Jamie Heath, the producer, had engaged in misconduct, and that he had watched her while she was topless getting makeup removed, even as she had asked him to look away. They also agreed in writing not to retaliate against her. PR expert Melissa Nathan has represented clients including Johnny Depp and the rapper Drake. Nathan indicated that she had gotten allegations against Baldoni removed from articles. In one message to the publicist, Nathan wrote, "Socials are really ramping up in his favor. She must be furious." There are a variety of methods that have long been used: gossip columns, tabloids, strategic interviews, public opinion about celebrities. But this story reveals a new playbook for waging a far-reaching and largely undetectable smear campaign.
Blake had more claims than your friend who invented Bitcoin first, but less evidence than my diet journal entries. Enter Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's legal bulldog. Imagine Harvey Specter from Suits, but with receipts, and I mean literal receipts. Friedman's been dropping legal bombs heavier than your credit card statement after Black Friday. The minute he released a 170-page masterclass of documented texts, emails, and proof, Blake's case didn't just wobble, it fell apart faster than my dignity at karaoke night. Let's break it down. Blake painted herself as a victim, while Baldoni's receipt showed she was the aggressor, orchestrating a smear campaign worthy of Regina George herself. Friedman essentially rolled up to court saying, "Here's the tea, Judge. It's piping hot, extra caffeinated, and Blake brewed it herself." Now here's the kicker. Blake's PR team was behind the scenes puppeteering the entire circus. They saw the lawsuit as a perfect opportunity to protect Blake's image. These PR folks were crafting narratives faster than Taylor Swift writes breakup songs. You know your case is weak when you're banking more on Instagram stories than courtroom evidence. Sorry, Blake. Hashtags don't sway juries. Ask Gwyneth Paltrow how that skiing trial went. But wait, plot twist. Blake's team brought in the New York Times. The Times, with all their journalistic prestige, published an article so biased it could have been mistaken for Blake's diary entry. The piece, dramatically titled "We Can Bury Anyone," might as well have been Blake's press release. For a moment, it looked like Blake had struck gold. Credible media backing her claims? Sounds foolproof, right? Wrong. Brian Friedman didn't just let this slide. He called out the Times, saying they weren't just reporting, they were actively advocating Blake's claims without proper verification. Basically, the Times became Blake's cheerleader, complete with pom-poms and a matching uniform. Friedman accused the paper of violating something called fair report privilege, which sounds fancy but basically means, hey journalists, you can't just report allegations as absolute truth. Common sense, really. something apparently left behind at the Times newsroom Christmas party. Adding insult to injury, the Times published this explosive piece right before the holidays, giving Baldoni's team approximately 12 seconds to respond. It's like dropping a breakup text at midnight, then immediately switching to airplane mode. Classy move, Times. Clearly, their definition of fair journalism went out the window faster than your motivation to hit the gym on January 2nd. But the drama didn't stop there. Friedman slammed the Times with accusations of actual malice, legally fancy talk meaning you knew you were wrong and did it anyway. Basically, Friedman called them out for reckless reporting, turning the spotlight right back on the newspaper. Now, Blake wasn't just battling Baldoni, she'd dragged the Times into a legal minefield too. Congrats, Blake. You've upgraded your chaos from a single lawsuit to a media circus. Everyone loves sequels, right?
Blake, what does it mean to be back with Anna?
Oh, it's the best. I'm so happy. Like, okay, this way.
You look beautiful.
You too.
Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Mwah! Yeah.
Now, Blake's lawyer quitting suddenly makes perfect sense. Imagine you're Conant, poring over evidence weaker than dollar store glue, while your client and a prestigious newspaper recklessly fan the flames. You'd bail faster than Leo DiCaprio at a 26th birthday party, too. Speaking of chaos, Baldoni's team isn't just settling with a defense. They're striking back harder than your mom with a slipper when you talk back as a kid. They've countered with a $400 million lawsuit of their own against Blake, while simultaneously suing the New York Times. Friedman's clearly going full Avengers-level justice here. At this point, Marvel should cast him as a superhero, lawyer man, defender of truth and destroyer of celebrity PR spin. Let's talk about jurisdiction, because Friedman's even strategic about location. California, home of celebrities, sunshine, and questionable green juice, is where he wants this case settled. Why? California's defamation laws are friendly to victims. Friedman is basically setting up shop in his home field advantage, while Blake and the Times are stuck playing an away game, one they're severely losing. But the absolute cherry on top is Lady C, yes, Lady Colin Campbell, everyone's favorite posh and celebrity scandals. She jumped into this mess faster than Kris Jenner finding a camera. According to Lady C, Blake and Ryan Reynolds had been coming up to the Times, orchestrating this narrative months before publication. Lady C calls the whole scenario a deliberate smear campaign, basically saying the Times willingly threw ethics out the window to please Blake and Ryan. Let's pause. If Lady C, the unofficial Queen of Shadow, were to accuse you of being unethical, it would be like to Gordon Ramsay stating that your cooking might use some improvement. It would be brutally honest and probably correct. So what should we do now? This story has become far more widespread than only the dispute between Blake and Baldoni. The situation has evolved into a cultural referendum on the responsibilities of the media, the privilege of celebrities, and the ease with which narratives may be distorted. A real-life version of Netflix's Inventing Anna with a significant increase in the amount of legal fees involved. The reason Friedman is advocating for a trial by jury is because he is aware that jurors are fascinated by facts, and guess who has all of them nicely documented? Meanwhile, Blake's public relations strategy, which is based on pity and Instagram likes, is falling apart at a rate that is faster than cryptocurrency investments in 2023. The outcome of this case is not only about a single lawsuit, it is about responsible behavior. The reputation of Blake is in jeopardy because it is dependent on whether or not she is perceived as a victim or a manipulator. Another thing that is at risk is the credibility of the New York Times. Were they honestly taken in by the charisma of the celebrity, or did they voluntarily make a conscious decision to disregard journalistic standards? Friedman's arguments are not just acute from a legal standpoint, but they are also explosive from a social standpoint. Not only is he criticizing Blake and the Times, but he is also putting the entire culture of celebrity public relations manipulation on trial because of his actions. It is possible that Blake's carefully cultivated image will be lost as quickly as your paycheck once rent is paid, as this situation continues to unfold. It is possible that Ryan Reynolds is really good at selling gin and Mint Mobile plans. However, in order to save this mess, it will take public relations sorcery on a superhero level. Unfortunately for them, Deadpool is not real, and this is not a movie narrative. Rather, it is a real-life court drama with real-life implications. And honestly, I'm here for all of it. Why? Because it's refreshing seeing accountability finally knock on Hollywood's door. We're finally glimpsing behind the curated Instagram posts and charming interviews, and it turns out Surprise, surprise, celebrities are messy too. Blake's scandal might be messy, chaotic, and jaw-dropping, but it's also brutally honest. So sit back, because Hollywood's biggest scandal is far from over. With Blake's case spiraling, the Times scrambling, and Friedman ready to unleash even more evidence, this saga will undoubtedly deliver more twists and turns than an episode of Love Island. In Hollywood, the line between hero and villain has never been blurrier. But one thing's clear, Brian Friedman isn't just defending Justin Baldoni, he's defending truth in an industry notorious for deception. And honestly, popcorn has never tasted better. Stay tuned, friends, because the finale of this saga promises to be explosive, and I'll be right here ready to spill all the tea. See you next time.